welcome to Nintendo Ninja News. I'm your host, Chris Tysus, and we're here to talk about Overwatch 2 is apparently coming to the Nintendo Switch, which is a really interesting thing because we just received Overwatch just a couple weeks ago, and people who were thinking about buying the first game might now be having second thoughts and might be saying, hey, I might just wait for the second one. Um, Blizzard's track record has not been particularly great in recent times, as you know, with the whole Hong Kong controversial issues and things like that. I'm not too sure about Overwatch 2 for the Switch. I mean, it's basically the only proof that we've got. Um, it was found in a fact sheet in the press release. So I guess if we got the first Overwatch game, then we might get the second one. But I don't know about that. It just seems a little bit weird, for people who just bought the first game and a sequel's just been announced. I think Nintendo fans might be a bit peeved about that. Even Nintendo themselves might be a little bit annoyed. Seeming that it's now sort of soon to be out of date and that sort of thing. But Blizzard has said that they'll update both games and they try to keep everyone playing together, which I don't know how they're going to be doing that. But I probably won't be getting Overwatch 2 myself. And with this sort of the reputation at the moment, it hasn't been that great, to be honest. So I don't know. It just seems really, really great. I don't know about this situation. It just feels a little bit weird that we just got the first game on the Switch and now there's a sequel. This is really a games as a service. You pay $60 for a game or $80 here and you have to do stuff like this. So we're going to just have a little bit of read of someone on Twitter, Daniel Arman, who is sort of an analyst, talks about the industry, and this is what he's got to say. The big question is, why do I buy Overwatch 2 when I can play the same heroes and maps in Overwatch 1? Is the money upgrade to the sequel worth it? So from Blizzard's perspectives, um, every company operating in the games as a service space is trying to work out how to launch a successful sequel to a successful service game. There has been a few cases of AAA titles this generation where the initial release has done really well, but the sequel hasn't. Free-to-play games such as Fortnite don't have this issue as much because they can reboot the game in its entirety, like Chapter 2. But everyone is migrated over to that new experience. Where in a $60 AAA sequel, you essentially start over and people get left behind in the old game. Overwatch 2 is trying to minimize this as much as possible in both directions. Overwatch 2 players get the new content modes and can play with Overwatch 1 players in PvP modes. Overwatch 1 players get the new heroes, maps, and can play with Overwatch players 2 in the original modes. Overwatch 2 provides enough changes and content to make it a comparing purchase on its own, the storyline, all that sort of stuff, for the original players and new players. The co-op PvE elements of the game will also encourage the friends of those buyers to upgrade too so they can play together. So what should you do? Stick with the first game or upgrade the second as it goes on? Overwatch 1 players are still going to play for the new content, and hey, they may even spend a few bucks on loot boxes. Overwatch 2 players pay up front first and do the exact same thing as above. So Blizzard's goal is to keep people engaged and spending in the Overwatch universe without splitting the base too much and by updating both games continuously. Players will upgrade to Overwatch 2 due to the compelling content or because their friends have done so, plus other reasons. So as his final point, let's not forget, in addition to targeting Overwatch 1 players, the game is aiming to broaden its audience and go beyond the existing fan base, and the game is very likely to be optimized for the next generation too, and that will be a selling point in itself. So, you're going to get a PlayStation 5, the next Xbox, that's sort of one of its main selling points. But, yeah, for me, it just feels like they just want to get you to pay another $60 for the game. So it's going to be really, really interesting to see how that goes. So I wonder how this is going to turn out for people. Hey, So tell us what you think about it, and I'll see you next time.